Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason and I'm your watch guy today. We're back with Pagani design today. As you may have noticed recently, they have released a few really interesting models to the market and they've started to really target the Tudor hype. So today I'm reviewing their PD1718, which is a homage to the Tudor Black Bay chronograph. One that's actually quite popular at the moment on the Aliexpress market. We've just seen San Martin release their variant of it and that was quite popular, especially with reviewers. Now, we all know that I have a little bit of a soft spot for Pagani design. I mean, I come down on them hard sometimes, but they do make some really nice watches at a really affordable price and I quite like that. This is definitely one of them. Now, this has been sent to me for free by the trendy men's watch store on AliExpress. And if you wanted to pick it up, I have linked them in the description. It's around £70 on their store at the moment. That is an affiliate link. If you use that link to buy anything, then I get a little bit of a kickback from AliExpress. You don't pay any extra, but it really does help the channel. So thank you in advance if you do that. And if you don't, thanks for watching. With all of that out of the way, let's turn this camera around. Let's find out how good this homage really is. All right, guys, this is Pagani Design's latest mecaquartz watch that they've released. It's a homage to the Tudor chronograph, the Black Bay chronograph. As you can see that from the snowflake handset. This one's pretty good looking. So we know I'm a fan of the Daytona homage with the same movement in it. I'm also a fan of their other mecaquartz pieces. I think that's a fantastic way to keep the costs down on a chronograph homage. This one in particular, I think is going to be really popular. The San Martin version of this I know is quite popular amongst people right now. So I can't see a reason why this one won't sell in abundance, pretty much like the rest of their models. So it's packed with a VK movement. Now there's a little bit of a disagreement about which VK movement is in here. They've listed it as a VK64. However, I'm pretty sure the no small second hand is the VK63. But then I know the VK63 doesn't have a date window at the 6 o'clock. So I'm going to be honest, I know it's a VK movement because of the sweep, but I don't know which one. This one is available right now on the Trendy Men's Watch Store at £70. I think that is a really good deal. Now, we do know that these do come down in price historically. They usually sit around the £60 mark in the sales. It's completely up to you if you want to wait for that type of sale and then pick it up then. Otherwise, an extra £10 and this one can be yours. It's built fully in 316L stainless steel. They have really nice levels of finishing on their latest models. I think they've really stepped up their game in terms of finishing, to be fair to them. The case itself is 39.4 millimeters in diameter. It is 12.7 millimeters thick, which for this almost dive style piece, I think that's really quite compact. 47.9 millimeters lug to lug, and these lugs are 20 millimeters wide. We have some really lovely chamfered edges with high polish finishes across them, and that really does separate the casing quite well. And then we have this lovely lineal brushing, this horizontal brush across the casing itself. As you can see, I haven't been able to get the blue tabs off the pushers just yet. The finish on this watch is definitely a step above the usual Pagani design. We have a high polish around the upper side of the bezel with a brush around the edge. This is a ceramic bezel insert here, as we would expect from Pagani design. We have the tachymeter display around the outer edge, and it's a much bolder bezel insert than we are used to from Pagani design. We usually have a nice thin one, but that is from the Daytona and the Speedmaster models. This one really does fit the motif of the watch. Over to the side here, we have this Tudor style crown. Very wide, however, rather slim, which I think really does give it a nice form. So we do have a ghost date position on this one, so that may lead us to think that it is the VK63 movement. First position is that ghost date position, second position is the time itself. One thing that they've carried on from their Daytona model is these screw down pushers. I am actually a big fan of them. I know not everyone is, but personally I am. I think that it's a little sign of quality in these watches. Simple push to start, and that chronograph hand will start in action in that sweeping motion. Stop, and there we go, straight back to 0. Let's screw them back in. Another thing that Pagani have actually mixed up on this casing is the case back. Now, they have a anchor displayed on the back of this one, and in the center it says Upgrade Grand Series. I believe this is probably another case of poor translation. I think that's a little bit mixed up, isn't it? Upgrade Grand Series. It's almost like it's a command instead of what it actually is. The rest of the case back is finished rather well, with the usual information around the outer edge and the model number down towards the bottom. Screw down case back, screw down crowns, and a screw down set of pushers. This one is packed with 100 meters of water resistance, and I think that's pretty fair for this type of model. The crystal is a sapphire crystal. As you can see there, we do have some levels of dome in this one. Now, it does sit slightly above the casing itself, and that does give an almost vintage type of feel to the watch. Just before we move off this casing, I do want to just come back to this finishing. The level of finishing on this watch is much better than the usual Pagani design, and we have seen that in the last couple of models that I've reviewed. I have complimented them on the finishing, which isn't usually something that I notice on these models, so they are definitely stepping up their game slightly in the manufacturing process. Now we move into the dial itself. This is available in 2 variations, and you've probably guessed what they are. We have this Panda dial and a reverse Panda dial, which is available. Both £70. You can actually pick this up slightly cheaper on, I think, a rubber band, and that one is 68. Same link will get you to both of them. The sub dials are very clear to see on this one, especially with this Panda-like design. I really do enjoy a good Panda dial, if I'm honest. The center of the sub dials has this vinyl record type of texture to it. Again, I'm a fan of that. I think that shows a little bit quality in the dial itself. And the outer edge is almost looks like it's sandblasted. Obviously it's not, because it's not metal, but it looks almost sandblasted. Over here at this side we have the 24-hour display, and over this side we have the chronograph minute hand. The indices on this one are applied, and they are loomed in the center with a stainless steel high polish effect border. Now, they do have a small level of depth to them, not a great deal, but you can see a little bit of quality in that depth. We have a minute track around the outer edge, and that separates the outer edge of the dial to the casing. Very clear to see, and we have these intervals inside the seconds to make the chronograph slightly more accurate in read. Up to 12 o'clock, we have the Pagani design logo. Down at the 6, we have UGS, which I'm guessing stands for Upgrade Grand Series, and water resistant 100 meters. Either side of the 6 o'clock, we have Japan movement. The triangle indice up at the 12 and baton down at the 6. They're the only different indices on this dial, the rest of them being circular. The handset is a classic Tudor style handset with that snowflake hour hand and sword minute hand. We have a really nicely distinguished chronograph hand here with the red arrow tip. Now let me just start that chronograph again so you can see that sweep. It is a much nicer motion than the usual chronograph quartz tick. That's why I really do like that they use these Seiko mecaquartz movements in here. I think that it's the perfect opportunity to create a budget chronograph, especially these homages. The lume shot on the product pictures didn't look the best in the world. However, the last piece that I reviewed was pretty good, and these look like they are going to be the same indices. Now, I have had this under the lamp, and it does look like it glows a little bit, so I am kind of intrigued to see the lume shot on this one. So let's get the lights out and let's have a look at it. Once again, Pagani Design haven't done a bad job here. Now, I will note straight away that the minute hand could have had a better spread on it, could have been more evenly applied. There's a slight bit of patchiness in there and a slight bit of patchiness in the snowflake aspect of the hour hand. Aside from that, the lume on the indices is pretty good. I don't know if they've switched up the manufacturing on their dials, because the last one was pretty much the same and it had a really good lume signature also. I don't know if they've switched who they get their dials from or anything like that, but it's working. And I'm really glad to see that Pagani design are actually coming out with well-loomed pieces, especially in this budget market. It's not easy to do. And for the money, this beats pretty much anything else in the field that I've seen. It's one thing that we usually expect from Chinese watches, in fact, that we can take a knock at their lume shots, but not in this case, and not in the present with Pagani Design's latest models. So well done to them. I do think that we definitely have to give them credit, especially after the years of us abusing their lume. Now, as we move away from that pretty surprising lume shot, we move on to this bracelet, and this is one of Pagani Design's rivet style bracelets. We have these faux rivets in the side, and these are screw links. Now, I am actually quite a big fan of these bracelets. I think that they are a real sign of quality. Female end links, solid end links also. This rivet style, screw links in between. And then we come to the Pagani Design clasp, which is, to be fair, well carried out. It is a milled clasp, as per usual. We have double pushers either side and 3 levels of micro adjust. Yes, I usually say that I'd like 4, but expect it more when it's a functional dive watch, I guess, not in this type of style, but 3 will do perfectly well here. It also fits rather well to wrist. I'll pop it on now and show you that. This is the Tudor Chronograph Homage on wrist, and as you can see, it fits my wrists quite well, to be fair. I've got it on the normal micro adjust. I could probably take it in 1 or 2. Again, it fits really nicely. These links are 1-piece links, not 3-piece links, but they still fit very nice to wrist. It's within the 50mm. The lug to lug's perfectly nice on wrist. We have a slight little bit of curvature. Those female end links really do help quite a lot on this one, but no complaints from me. Now, obviously we do have to come into a moan section, and to be fair, these ones are quite objective. So we do have some slightly sharp edges to the casing itself. That has become synonymous in Pagani Design watches of this this case type, this shape. And finally, the diver's extension on this one is slightly cheap with it being a pressed diver's extension. However, I think it's more of a bonus than it is something to complain about. Honestly, all in all, I think Pagani have produced a very nice watch here. I think that with the budget that this is set in, £70 mark, I don't think you can go too wrong, to be honest. And I think that's a style that a lot of people can definitely get on board with. People are big fans of those snowflake handsets, so yeah. Oh, one final moan, and I don't know how I almost forgot this one, but UGS. I just wish that they get someone that's native English speaking, whether it be American, English, whatever, I don't really care, and just run these syntaxes past them. Just ask them if it makes sense. In fact, you message me all the time about the new watches that you're bringing out. Just ask me, does this make sense, Jason? You know, I'll tell you. I'm not even gonna charge you. I mean, a free watch would be nice, but I'm not even gonna charge you. Just ask. Just ask. Everyone will be much happier with you. Aside from that, guys, as I say, it's definitely a goer for me. I think £70 is a fantastic price for this quality of watch, especially with this finishing and the actual specifications of the piece itself. I mean, dome sapphire, ceramic bezel, screw down pushers. It's fantastic for the price. And that's what we've come to expect from Pagani. I think they are coming back into their little powerhouse realm. So well done to them for that. So guys, that is the second Tudor Homage that I've reviewed from Pagani Design, and the lume on both of them was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I don't think I have ever said that about another Pagani Design watch. So hopefully this shows us that they are moving in the right direction with their homages. Touch wood. We don't want to see them go backwards now, do we, now that they've made this progress. If you wanted to pick this watch up, or you wanted to have a look at any of their other models, I have the Trendy Men's Watch Store linked in the description. Again, affiliate link. If you use that, I get a little bit of a kickback, and I am very grateful for it. Do keep in mind that I've been sent this for free by the Trendy Men's Watch Store, and I do get to keep it. However, all the views that you've just seen, completely honest, as you could see from the moan section. Thank you for watching this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please consider doing so. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.